My name is Matthew Porter. I'm a sixth-generation farmer here in the central Aroostook County in the great state of Maine. We own and operate Porter Farms LLC and R&M Grains LLC.
Matt Porter is a young farmer. He has 3 different companies he's running. He does potatoes, he does grain, and they do a custom application business.
We pretty much ship potatoes 12 months out of the year. So we built a new storage here this past year. It's still about half full of spuds for a new processing plant that just got built right down the street. You can smell it. So they're running all of our 100% Porter Farms potatoes in there right now. You're standing on about 6 million pounds of potatoes here. We're about 20 feet high, 165 feet long. These are russets that will be French fries to the frozen French fry market in the next month. So this takes about 2 good days of harvest to fill. That one's completely full. This one's about half full. I'm a firm believer in having your hands in the dirt every day and seeing how your business is running. It's a passion that you either have or you don't, and I think I figured out at a pretty young age playing with little John Deere toy tractors that I had the passion.
He's unbelievable aggressive. Early morning, late night, he works his ass off.
To keep our price of product down for our customers, we have to be more and more efficient in everything we do. So what used to be a 70 or 80 hour week now turns into 100 to 120 hour week at planting. We lost a lot of farms in our area because it just wasn't feasible.
You'd see generations succeed, and you'd see the next generation come in and not really put much into it, and they would fail.
Every farm is a competitor. They're all growing the same product. They're trying to sell it to the same people. There's only X amount of people buying their product, so you've got to be ahead of that.
Potatoes are a specialty crop. When we can get premium quality, we tend to get a lot better price. What's changed our life as far as running the business is data management and what these machines are capable of when it comes to yield maps, variable rate technology. We're utilizing every piece of that on our farm now.
Every time that tractor goes through the field, they're collecting data. And they're using that data to make their ground better, make their products better, and make their farm more successful.
It's been a tremendous yield increase in our farm and a quality increase. We can plant our potato crop in 8 to 10 days. So you can understand that if our potato planter tractor goes down for 2 or 3 of those days, that's a huge loss for the sales in our company.
You have to take advantage of every square inch and every hour of the day.
We have such a short growing season. We need every hour for that machine to be running when it needs to. It's the service that goes with those tractors, and at Theriault Equipment, they've given us that service.
I don't think you go anywhere else and be able to get a technician's phone number and that technician come out at 7 o'clock at night and work until 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. I've done it for Matt. I worked on Matt's GPS till 1, 2 o'clock in the morning.
We normally just reach right out to the service techs. Those guys are just as committed as any of the owners in the company. They want to make sure that our farm is successful, and they understand the financial burden that comes with downtime.
Matt is probably one of the smartest farmers I've had the privilege of working with.
Use the John Deere platform the way it should be used.
Now we can layer all these yield maps and our soil samples. We can layer all these maps together to really tune in any weak spots in the field so we can increase our yields.
If it was a bad crop or they had bad seed, you'd see a skip. So there'd be a bad plant every so many feet. But if you look across the field, it's the color, it's the uniformity.
All of our fields are mapped for boundaries. We're utilizing as much technology as we can on these machines. It creates a lot more time in the cab of whatever we're operating, and Thankfully, John Deere's come out with some pretty comfortable seats and cabs that make that day a lot easier. I've been farming for 20 years since I graduated from college. This is my 20th crop in the ground right now. I really put a focus on finance and economics when I went to college because I really wanted to strengthen the business side of what we did.
I do remember Matt, after he got out of school, said that he wasn't really his idea of being a small farm going forward. He wanted to be a larger farm. It's like, let's do it.
They really handed the reins over and let me make decisions. I was going to run our farm as a business. We backed off our potato acreage and we really pushed hard into grains.
They've gone from 500-600 acres to, I don't know, they probably do 5,000 acres of grain and 2,000 anyway of potatoes.
He's come a long way, and I can appreciate the fact too that changing some of those things earlier on, like as far as the ISG and running the equipment through the fields. Now it's almost like tying your shoes to Matt Porter.
Jesse, a lot of his father was instilled in him. I've never had a time where I go into that dealership and feel pressured to buy anything. When we come in with any needs, they want to make sure that they take care of them.
1972, on my father's farm, he'd gone down and got a couple 40-20s, and we both really liked those, and we had really good luck, and we've never looked back.
We're about as green as it gets. That's the only color on our farm. I learned at an early age that the green and yellow machines seem to be the most dependable. This was the first tractor I cut my teeth on driving. We still have it on the farm today.
Between their grain products and their potato products and the expansion on their variable rate fertilizing company, the Porter family is what makes Aroostook great.
My father, he's been a true mentor, a fantastic farmer. He knows the land, he knows what to do. It's truly a blessing to be able to have a mentor like that you get to work with every day. Farming with family and two grandfathers and a father, I couldn't possibly be sitting here on this tractor today without what they've done and the accomplishments they've had to get us to this point. I have 3 kids, and I'm super excited that they have the opportunity to possibly do this someday.
Theriault Equipment is family owned and operated. We're proud to serve in Aroostook County.